My attendant angel. I see. When you find him, bring him here. I want to know if he is hiding any secret that might interest me. Very well, my lord, we will do so. After that, 5 months passed to where the 12 universes were a living hell. Because the angels no longer existed. The balance was broken and evil beings appeared and did as they pleased. Also during this time, the first phase of Goku's training had ended where the Saiyan had acquired immense power, far more than Zurama expected, and therefore the second phase of training had begun. The days went by until, one day, in an unknown place, Whis would be found by Beerus, who, upon seeing him, would say, "We finally meet again, Whis. This time I won't let you escape." Beerus, without letting Whis respond, would attack him and a fight would begin, and in a short time it would be clear who would win. While that was happening on Zurama's beast planet, Goku was meditating, focusing his body and spirit when the key of a familiar being made him stand up quickly. "What is the matter, Goku?" "This presence is Whis." "You mean the angel who helped you?" "Yes, that one. But he had died." "Perhaps not. I cannot be wrong. I feel his key, and next to it the key of Beerus. I have to go there. Don't even think about it. It could be a trap." "I'm sorry, Zurama, but I cannot leave Whis alone." Zurama would try to stop him, but by then Goku had already left using instant transmission. On the battlefield, Beerus was about to knock Whis unconscious when suddenly a kick sent him flying away, crashing into some rocks. "Goku, is that you?" "I knew it was you, Whis. Glad to see you." Beerus at that moment would recover and see Goku standing next to him saying, "Quo. Well, a double prize. It is not yet the time for us to face each other, Beerus, but let me tell you that you are no longer a match for me." At that moment, Archon would also appear. "You finally appear, Saiyan. You must be this Archon. I say the same to you. It is not yet time for us to clash, so enjoy it while you can." "Wretch, stop talking nonsense." Beerus lunged at Goku, but he disappeared from the spot. "Wow, he is very fast. He is no longer the same as he was last time." "Forgive me, Master. I could not stop him." "Do not worry, Beerus. What happened here made me realize many things. Let us return to the realm of everything." They departed from the area. Meanwhile, on Zalama's planet, "You should not have done that, Goku. You know that if they had caught you, it would have been the worst for everyone." "My apologies, Zalama, but I could not leave Whis behind." "Regardless, it does not matter. The good thing is that nothing happened to you." "Whis, I don't know if you know him, but he is Zalama, the creator of the Super Dragon Balls." "What? So you are the great Zalama?" "I knew of you, but I had never seen you in person. Pleasure to meet you." "The pleasure is mine, and now that you are here, you cannot stay as you are. You must also train. Your potential must be equal to your father's Dynana, so let us get started." "Of course, great Zalama." After that, they began their training again, which would be much more intense and complicated, especially for Whis, who, although he was a talented angel, had never had training of such magnitude. Months later, the training was finally coming to an end. Zalama, to check the results, said, "Well, we are at a final step, almost step. Whis, I congratulate you. Your power has increased in an impressive way, and it is to be expected. Since you are the son of Dainan, as for you, Goku, I do not have much to say. You have met my expectations, but even so, the final phase is now coming. You already know what it is." "I imagine I do." "Then let us begin. Come and face me." So that was what it was about, said Whis, who, seeing them prepared, stepped back. "All right, Zalama, here I go. I am waiting for you." Goku instantly appeared to the side of Zalama, directing a kick that passed right through him. But it was only an illusion. The real one appeared behind Goku, throwing a punch that Goku likewise dodged by vanishing. Both would do the same for several seconds, until their fists collided in the sky. Yes, a great battle began at high speed. Whis, upon witnessing that, said, "They are very fast. It is even difficult for me to keep up with them with my eyes. If I were in their place, I could not do a thing." Suddenly, Goku would receive a punch to his face, followed by a kick. And just as he was about to receive another kick, he would dodge it and attack Zurama 3 times. Following that, both would continue trading blows, whilst reflected on their faces. At one point, both would stop and stare fixedly at each other. Well, that was very exciting, but let's end this once and for all. What do you think, Goku? I think the same, Zarama. Let's finish this. Both would instantly distance themselves and begin charging their final techniques. This will define everything. Goku, show me you're ready by receiving it. Divine Radiance. Zarama would launch his attack. I will not, Zarama. Super Kamehameha. Goku would launch his attack, which would collide with Zarama's, starting a massive exchange of attacks. Zarama, seeing his attack was losing, would increase his power even more, with a technique managing to take the lead, but then Goku would smile and say quietly, "You are amazing, Master." "You are amazing, Master, but today it is your turn to lose." Goku would suddenly disappear and, appearing behind Zarama, would attack him, knocking him unconscious. Yay! Minutes after everything, Zarama would wake up and seeing Goku would say, "I congratulate you, Goku. You have become very strong. It's all thanks to you, Zarama, but without your talent, it wouldn't have been possible." And what will happen now? The time has come to go after Archon. In that instant, a tremor would shake the planet. Whis, worried, would say, "What was that?" Zarama would quickly find out what caused the tremor, realizing the reason in minutes. Is something wrong, Zarama? You seem strange. Zeno is facing Archon. That can't be. We must go. Fine, then let's go. Zarama would open a portal, the three of them entering and arriving at the realm of all, making all eyes fall upon them. Archon, pushing Zeno away with a kick, would say, "So you finally show your faces? I was waiting for you." Goku, approaching Zeno, would say, "You're little, Zen, aren't you? Long time no see, Goku." "Wow, it really is you. You look very different." "This is my true form. With it, I can use all my power." "And what happened to the other little Zen?" "He returned to his timeline to prevent Archon from breaking free." "I see. Well, leave everything in our hands." "What are you saying? You won't be able to." At that, Zarama and Whis would approach. "It is you, Zarama. Long time no see." "I say the same, but we'll talk later. Now get out of here. The three of us will end this." "Are you sure? It's about Archon." "Don't worry, just take care of yourself. You know you're important." "Alright, see you then." Zeno would try a teleportation technique, but it would fail. "Do you really think I'll let you escape?" At that moment, Beerus and the other gods of destruction appeared, along with a being unexpected to Goku. "Long time no see, my dear Goku." "Frieza, but how is this possible?" "Surprised to see me?" "A little. But why are you here?" "They promised me a good position." "You know you're going to die." Frieza would get angry upon hearing that. "Don't pay attention to them, Frieza. Now, words are over. Let this begin." The gods of destruction instantly gave all their power to Beerus, allowing the god to acquire immense power. That is great power. Whis, can you handle him? "Of course I can." "Fine, he's all yours, Zarama. I'll take care of Frieza. You hold off Archon for a while." "Fine, but don't take too long." "You fools, do you think I'm weak?" Frieza would unleash all his power, brutally attacking Goku, who would be sent flying backward while being pursued by Frieza. Meanwhile, Beerus would observe Whis and say, "It has been very difficult to finish you, Whis, but this time will be different. Today you will die." "Unfortunately, I have to say the same, Lord Beerus. Today your last day has arrived." "Don't be cocky, Whis." Beerus would immediately begin fighting Whis, but with the difference that this time, he would not be at an advantage. While that was happening, Zarama would approach Archon, and without saying a word, both would increase their power, distracting those present with their immense energy. He really is strong. I hope Zarama doesn't lose, Goku would think. Finally, a good fight after so long. Get ready, Zarama, because I'm going all out whenever you're ready. Both would instantly start their combat, beginning with a clash of fists that cracked the realm of everything, an unbelievable sight. Yay, Isa. Following that, the two would begin exchanging blows at great speed throughout the realm of everything. A great fight that would decide the fate of all had begun. In his combat, Goku would show superiority, but Frieza would not lag behind and would prove why Archon chose him to train him. At one point, Goku would say, "You've left me astonished, Frieza. Frieza, you have really become very strong, but even so, you are not the right opponent for me. Don't be arrogant, Goku. You and any other Saiyan will always be trash to me." "In your dreams, perhaps." Don't mock my filthy wild monkey. Frieza would throw a punch at Goku's face, but he would dodge it and with a strong blow make Frieza lose his transformation. I told you, though, you know you have some luck. I won't finish you off yet. I need to observe Zarama's fight a little more before intervening. Goku, after saying that, would begin to attack Frieza, but in a way that wouldn't finish him off, Fodi. On the other hand, he would be giving his all against Beerus, who, in a short time, already looked to have many wounds on his body. He would suddenly try to finish Whis with a supernova concentrated with Hakai, but the angel, using a technique, would neutralize that attack and destroy it with his hand. Beerus, astonished, would say, "How did you do that? That attack was capable of finishing off the 12 universes? I regret to tell you that I am stronger than you, Lord Beerus." "Don't talk nonsense. I have the power of destruction. Only my master surpasses me in power." "Are you sure about that?" Whis would say to the side of Beerus, and before the god could react, he would already begin his attack using a style very similar to the one used by the Grand Priest. Zeno, watching everything from afar, would say, "Perhaps they can win. Now I am calmer, since I didn't have the confidence to finish off Archon by myself." At that instant, Archon, to everyone's surprise, would suddenly increase his power, taking the lead in his fight, which would leave Zarama at his mercy, and he would begin to be seriously hurt. Whis and Goku, upon realizing that, knew they had to finish off their opponents now, so without hesitating, they would do it. "Your time has come, Frieza. You should have taken another path. Now disappear, Hakai." Frieza would be disintegrated in milliseconds, and Goku would instantly rush to help Zarama. Whis, for his part, would send Beerus to the ground with a kick, and then, approaching him, would raise his hand and say, "It is a pity that this has ended this way. I will always remember you, Lord Beerus." Whis would launch a technique which would completely finish off Beerus, and following that, he would stand next to Zeno, who, upon seeing him, would say, "Don't you plan to help them?" "No, it would be of no use. I would only be a nuisance to them, since the real fight is just beginning." Goku and Zarama, with a combined blow, would manage to crash Archon into the ground, and at once they were going to attack him again, but he would agilely step back and say, "Wow, you are strong. If I don't give it my all, I won't beat you." "What did you say?" In that instant, Archon would increase his power, accessing a transformation that would expel immense energy. What incredible power! So this is the ultimate power of the possessor of the true Hakai? Archon would instantly move between the two. "He's very fast," Goku would say, managing to dodge a blow by transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. But Zarama did not have the same luck and would be struck in. Goku would kick Archon away to allow Zarama to recover. "Are you okay, Zarama?" "Yes, Goku, he just caught me off guard." "It is time to use all of our power." "That's right. Let's go." Zarama would push his power to the maximum, and together with Goku, they would attack Archon, who would prove to be superior to them. Even so, Goku and Zarama were not defeated, since after learning Archon's fighting style for a few minutes with a previously planned technique, they would leave Archon immobile, and the two from different spots would charge their strongest attacks. Super Kamehameha. Goku would shout as he launched his attack. Divine Splendor. Zarama would shout as he launched his own attack, managing to impact Archon, thus forming a great explosion that would destroy half of the realm of the everything, and would also be felt across the 12 universes. As the smoke from the explosion dissipated, Archon would fall to the ground, heavily wounded, and Goku and Zarama, although exhausted and happy, would say, "We did it, Goku?" "Yes, Zarama, now let's seal him away." When they were about to employ their technique, Archon would disappear, and upon searching for him, they would realize he was where Zenasama, the king of everything, was, and Whis, upon seeing him, was going to attack him, but it was enough for Archon to touch Zenasama for his power to start being consumed without him being able to do anything. "What is this? How did you do it?" "During our brief fight, I placed a seal on you in case something like this happened at some point, and since we are practically the same being, your power is also mine." Whis would try to kick Archon away, but he wouldn't succeed as a barrier would stand in his way. "Stay out of the way, Angel." Goku and Zarama would instantly try to prevent Archon from recovering his power, but it was already too late. Archon had already stolen almost all of Zenasama's power, and by just raising his power, he would push everyone away. He would push him. What magnificent power! Apparently I didn't just take your power, mine evolved as well. Archon would lock Xeno-sama in a key cell and then move at great speed to stand beside Zarama and Goku back. Let's see who I should start with. I know, with you, Saiyan. Archon would strike toward Goku, but he would fail to touch him because Wiz and Zarama would intervene. Flee from here, Goku. You are the only one who cannot die yet. Wiz, Zarama, what are you doing? Listen, Goku, go. Do you really think I'll let them escape? With a swift movement, Archon would grab Whis and Zarama with both hands, and while making Goku watch it all, he would snap their necks, making them lose their lives instantly. That's what happens when you meddle where you aren't called. Goku would be left in shock and remain motionless, and Archon approaching him would say, "Now it's your turn, Saiyan." Archon would approach Goku to attack him, but just then, a loud scream and a shock wave would force him away from the Saiyan. What the hell is happening to him? At that moment, Goku would begin to undergo a transformation. His tail would start moving, while his musculature and his entire body in general grew larger. I remember seeing this in other Saiyans. Archon would not even finish speaking, as a great ape roar would trigger a powerful sonic attack. Goku had accessed the wild monkey transformation and would begin to destroy everything in his path. He got scared for nothing. Now he is just a stupid wild monkey. Die. Archon would launch a Hakai attack, but Goku would fire a Kai beam from his mouth that would destroy Archon's attack. But what was that? Goku as a wild monkey had no control when suddenly in his mind he would remember. Remember, Goku, you must never let your power control you. You must control it. Only then will you manage to be the strongest. Goku, who had not said anything since his transformation, would suddenly say, "Master Zerma, Whis, I will avenge your deaths." At that, the fur of the wild monkey would begin to turn golden, and, little by little, a great power would begin to be felt. Archon, witnessing this, would say, "This cannot be true." His power is increasing. Suddenly, a great light would cover Goku's body, and seconds later, he would be seen with a new appearance. What happened to me? This power, how do I have it? Goku would say while observing his hands. How can you have so much power? Goku, looking seriously at Archon, would say, "I remember now, you wretch. Because of you, Huang, and my master died, I will never forgive you for this." An angry Archon would attack Goku with a punch to his face, but he wouldn't stop it and would take it without sustaining any damage. But how is that possible? I hit you with all my might. Goku, without saying anything, would strike a powerful blow to Archon, piercing him from side to side. The god would step back, and while touching his stomach would say, "How did you do that?" Goku would just approach, and Archon would instinctively step back. "What's wrong? Why are you stepping back? Are you afraid? Do you actually think about eliminating me? You know what will happen to the 12 universes if you do that?" "I know. Zarama told me. Your existence serves to maintain the balance of the universes, since you are part of Little Zen's power. But don't think I'm a fool. I won't do anything that puts these universes in danger." "Then what will you do?" Goku would instantly pierce Archon's body again, but this time, upon pulling his hand out, he would extract a strange power. "What the hell? Don't tell me. That's it. I have stolen the power of Hakai, and now I will do this." Goku would introduce the energy of Hakai into him. "Idiot, you will die." Unexpectedly for Archon, nothing would happen to Goku. "Impossible. You managed to withstand me. Do you know what this means?" Archon would say nothing, but would tremble with fear. "Your silence gave me the answer. Now you can finally die." "No, wait, don't finish me off." Goku, without hesitation, would kick Archon, sending him into the sky, and then he would shout, "Disappear forever, Archon. Receive my super Kamehameha." Goku would launch his attack, which would finish off Archon without leaving any trace. After that, Goku would approach the bodies of Whis and Zarama, and placing his hands on them, would revive them. Rising in surprise, they would look at Goku, barely recognizing him. "You are Goku, aren't you?" What was it that happened? Goku would instantly tell them what happened. "You defeated Archon." "That's right. Upon acquiring this form, everything changed within me. I knew you would succeed. That means everything will return to normal. Of course, once Little Zen recovers his powers, he will be able to restore everything as it was." Goku would instantly fall to the ground, unconscious. What happened to him? Zarama would touch Goku's chest and, smiling, would say, "He just fainted." After that event, the universes would return to being in balance. Whiz would take the place of the Grand Priest, serving Zeno-sama and, sometime later, creating more angels. While Zarama would return to his planet, Goku, possessing the power of Hawkeye, and with no other gods of destruction remaining, would be declared the supreme god of destruction, and thus everything would begin to be at peace for a long time. And well, friends, that is where this theory ends. I hope you liked it and were entertained watching it.